Welcome to my channel. My name is Wayne, and this is kind of the first of a new thread of videos that I'm going to post. One or two, every 1 or 2 weeks, just depends on how the world goes. So after talking with a couple of friends around coffee, kind of got around to thinking a little bit about the topic of what do I do at 70? What are some of the things that I do at 70? And there are things I do, things I like to do. One of the things would be this YouTube channel. And that has come with a learning curve. And I've gotten better at it. And I still have a lot to learn. But I really enjoy the aspect of learning how to do the video editing and make things look better. And yeah, a lot to learn, but I have indeed gotten better at it. And that's something that I do. I like to go to down to the, fancier coffee shop, get myself a latte and take something to read with me, something that I'm currently reading, and just have a quiet time in the atmosphere provided by that venue. And on the topic of quietness, I have enjoyed the quieter aspect of life when you hit 70 or near it. Sometimes it's just nice to have a slow, quiet start in the morning. I do that slow coffee start where, a couple of coffees can take sometimes an hour or two if I'm really in the slow pace. Another slow aspect I find that I do is when I'm out and about and I'm driving around, because I recall being a younger fellow getting frustrated with the older fellows who were putzing along at the speed limit and just, why don't you just go? Why don't you just go? Well, now that I'm 70, I'm one of those older folks, and yeah, I putz along, and I'm sure I frustrate some of the younger drivers out there, but I'm not in a hurry. And that's one of the pluses about being of senior years and 70 or in that ballpark is I'm not in a rush. Thus the slow morning coffees or the trip to the coffee shop or just driving along in traffic at a nice easy pace and yeah, the speed limit or maybe slightly more, but not really in a rush. That's one thing that I don't do so much anymore is get into a rush. What are some of the things that I don't do? Well, I don't do much traveling. And that's something that I always thought I would do when I was retired and getting up there. Then, if good health was there, and good health, I do have good health, but I don't really travel too much. Living retired and on a fixed income, there's the need to kind of watch money, and it can be expensive to travel a lot. So I kind of stick to a little bit things closer to home, you know, day trips and things that I enjoy that way. I always thought that I would write a book. I thought I always had some ideas in my head about a plot line for a book. And, when I retired, I had time to look at that. I discovered that I didn't really have the knack or the talent to turn those ideas into what I would call an interesting or well-written read. That was something I thought I would do that now I do not. I just don't do that. It doesn't really interest me anymore because I just don't have that knack for it. I used to go camping a lot. And I always thought, when I retired, I'd probably go camping a lot because I really enjoyed it. Shortly after retirement, I ended up selling my trailer because, I don't tent camp. I got over tent camping a long time ago. Just didn't replace it. It was a lot of work. And if I do go somewhere now, the idea of just picking a cottage or a cabin somewhere is a lot easier than dealing with a trailer. So that's something I don't do that I kind of thought that I would do. Another thing is family. I always think, or I always thought that, when I'm retired, I'll be able to visit more with family. Because when you're younger and your life is busy, it's stuck really around things like Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas, other special events where you make the point of going. Now that I'm here and at 70, well, my family's smaller now. I don't really have a big family. And my brother and his wife live a good hike away. My two daughters don't live close. One of them's way out British Columbia. And so they're not all that quickly accessible. And they have very busy lives. They're now at that age where they have very busy lives. So that's another thing that I thought I might do more of that I don't find myself doing. So I'm wondering about you. What do you find yourself doing now that you're up around 70? What do you find yourself doing? What is it you like to do? And is it a good positive thing? Is it working out for you? And was it something that you saw yourself doing or something that you never would have thought you'd see yourself doing, but now you do it? For me, that's probably the YouTube channel, and I like to learn things. I have a couple of websites, and there's so much help out there with videos that are really inexpensive or even free, where you can learn to navigate through some of this stuff. And, I usually joke about the fact that I've learned enough to be dangerous at it. Those are things that I, never would have thought that I would be doing, but now I do find that I am doing. What to do at 70? I'd love to see some ideas from you folks. And if there's someone out there who's not doing too much and really doesn't know which way to go with that, and perhaps you're getting a bit bored at 70, don't, hit the porch and hit the rocking chair. Look around for things that you like to do, and maybe I've offered some ideas. Maybe the people who posted comments would offer some ideas of things to get into or get interested in. If you find something that gets your interest going, you'll find ways. You'll find ways to do it, and I hope that you do that for yourself. What to do at 70? There's lots to do at 70. That's my little take on what I'm doing at 70. Thank you for watching, and I hope you're doing something fun today.